Yes. So welcome back, everyone. On Friday, members of the House passed legislation to expand their new tax law. So what does that mean for you and your dinero?
Bill Smith from W.A. Smith Financial here with more. How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, we're getting ready for the end of the year. We want to make sure we're planning ahead. You know, what does this mean for us coming next year in the tax forms?
Well, first thing is it means nothing yet.
Okay.
This is just talk. And so it's crazy. There's actually 3 bills that are separate, but they're all kind of talked about amongst the same one. It's almost like we need a bill to explain to the American people about all of the bills.
Right.
Well, that's why we brought you Bill in today.
That's right.
Yeah,
You're the fourth bill.
Bill for bills.
That's right.
Yeah. So essentially, the first part aims to make some of the original tax reductions permanent.
Okay.
Because it was not a bipartisan bill, there's a sunset provision, which means that the original tax cuts were temporary to 2025.
Yeah.
So it makes some of that permanent. And then there's another part of the bill, it's a separate bill, that will actually help savers, people saving.
Oh, good.
Kind of expands on some of that. But overall,
Like how?
I think, well, it gives them the ability to save more, frees up some ability to potentially access some retirement funds for their
Like
maybe college or, you know, there's a lot of...
without the penalties and stuff?
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
okay.
Yeah, there's some details yet still forthcoming.
That's
we don't,
good,
you know,
right?
it's funny because you don't really know until it actually becomes law. It's a long way to go to get the vote, but obviously big votes coming up here in a few weeks, month.
When these things go into effect, are they permanent, or then do you see maybe you might get Democrats in and they could pull it back, or
well, like the
does
corporate,
that happen?
Yeah, the corporate tax reduction was permanent, part of the original, but the employee, or the individual tax rates, which include the $10,000 cap on the SALT tax, state, local taxes, and so forth. They cap that. It aims to make those brackets more permanent, which we're seeing is a big benefit to a lot of people out there because it really expands the amount that you can take as a deduction to $24,000 for a married couple filing joint. So, you know, that really what we've seen on average, and we did the analysis, the current tax bill for our average client saves them between $800 and $1,000, which is not a lot of money, but it is a lot of money.
It's a ton of money.
When you break that down to an individual level household, that can buy a lot of dinners out or whatever you want to do with it.
Or save a little
Cube
bit.
cheese.
Yeah, you could buy a lot of those cheeses.
I know.
Hey, let me go off the board real quick. We had the story about Amazon raising their minimum wage to $15 an hour. One of the first big, you know, huge corporations to do this.
Over 100,000 people they're going to be hiring here in the next 30 days for the holiday season.
I mean, obviously, they got a lot of money. How does that affect other companies, and how does that affect things going on and raising the minimum wage that high?
Well, I think part of it is a debate right now as to whether some of that was forced.
Yeah.
You know, the $15 an hour deal with Amazon, you know, we'll see. I'm sure some of the other big companies will follow suit, whether they're being forced to or not. You know, it's still a question. But certainly it could be a benefit at the end of the day. But also, here's the thing. This is what we're going to be watching for. Will prices go up?
Right.
You know what? At the end of the day, it's about these companies, they're in business to make a profit.
Yeah.
They're there for their shareholders. And at the end of the day, if their profits go down because their expenses went up, they're going to typically pass it on. So remains to be seen. Amazon is only the second company ever to hit the $1 trillion level. We'll see. But they're saying Walmart could be next.
Right.
There's talk about,
that would make sense.
You know, any of the employees of a company who are on public assistance of any kind, they're looking at that as a way to, you know, penalize that company.
Right.
If those employees are on public assistance, then they're gonna. It's like a tax to the company, kind of in a way.
Interesting.
So.
Right.
We'll see.
Give them more money, get them off the system. I guess that's a win-win, right?
Amazon stock's done real well. The FANG is still alive. Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, all of them have done very well. You know, there's going to be a sunset.
Sure, at some point.
There's going to be a sunset. Yeah. Markets don't always go up. And I think the biggest thing what most people really need to do is just focus on what's at hand right now, right? So if you're retired, focus on right now. You're absolutely right, Todd, in saying that right now is the time to be thinking about what can we do. There's some opportunity there for some Roth conversions for a lot of folks out there to be able to fill up and take advantage of those tax bracket reductions. And there's a number of other things that could be done, like bunching of expenses to really maximize that Roth conversion. So
if all this sounds like Latin to you,
it is.
You can get more information and get someone who really knows what they're doing. Your tax guys, your financial guys. Yeah, it sounds like.
Bill, we appreciate it. W. Smith Financial. You can even request that portfolio tune-up. We have a link on our website, fox8.com. Bill joins us every month. Talk about stuff that's happening with the money, because we don't know about it.
So. No, we don't.
Always fun. I always get the boring topic. I can't talk about food or golf or.
Oh, we can talk about that. That's the commercial break.
We'll do the commercial.
And I got to ask you about Bitcoin when we go to break, too.
All right.
So we told you yesterday about that major Facebook breach, which is